Chicken is a meat that can be served any time of the day, perhaps with an omelet for breakfast, or maybe it's the main course for dinner. Either way, it can be agreed that it is very, very nutritious. One breast only contains 165 calories, 3.6 grams of fat, one being saturated, 85 milligrams of cholesterol, 74 milligrams of sodium, and 358 milligrams of potassium, not to mention a hefty 31 grams of protein. However, chicken is actually very risky to prepare due to the salmonella it naturally carries. Because of this, you have to make sure not to cross-contaminate the boards you use to cut your meats. You also have to make sure to wash everything after you use it. This includes washing your hands, sanitizing counters, and sanitizing any blades, plates, or cutting boards used with the chicken. There are several different methods to cooking chicken. You can grill it, put it on a grill and apply heat. This sears the outside. You can broil it and put it in a broiling tray in the oven. You can fry it, such as pan frying or deep frying. You can roast it in the oven. You can stew it by boiling it in a seasoning in a pot. Or you can braise it by putting the chicken in a pan with water, oil, and seasoning. Either way, make sure you get the chicken to an internal temperature of 165. Asparagus is a very good source of fiber, folate, vitamins A, C, E, and K, as well as chromium, a trace mineral that enhances the ability of insulin to transport glucose from the bloodstream into the cells. Now, on to our actual recipe, lemon chicken with asparagus. here are some things you may or may not have wanted to learn about chickens. 1. We domesticated them from something called the red jungle fowl about 8,000 years ago and have since bred them to be much more meat-bearing creatures. 2. The average broiler chicken weighs about 5.8 pounds. And 3. Roosters have much more colorful plumage and larger crests than their female counterparts, the hens. So just because it has a crest on its head doesn't mean it's a dude. You may find yourself asking, but why would I make this meal? When would I make this meal? Well, as far as when, it most suits a dinner entree. As far as why, chicken is one of the cheapest meats on the market. It's also one of the healthiest meats on the market due to its low fat content and high protein. As far as why this specific meal, it's overall nutritious, and in addition, it's extremely easy to make. But it doesn't look it. It looks extremely fancy. So if you have your mother asking you to actually make dinner for once, just make this real quick. Only takes about 25 minutes, and it's easy peasy. Have your significant other begging you to make something fancy for once. Again, just make this. Only 25 minutes.